Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Shang. Beijing has denied attempting any systemic effort to steal U.S. scientific research, and the Chinese state media have said the U.S. is using allegations of intellectual property theft as a political tool. The matter of fact is, China is targeting top scientists and technological expertise in the US and other advanced nations through an expanding network of 600 talent recruitment stations worldwide. This is the finding of a report funded by the US State Department. US officials have long warned that China uses recruitment programs to improperly obtain advanced technology. However, the research conducted by an Australian think tank details the little-known but elaborate infrastructure the Chinese Communist Party uses to recruit scientists from organizations such as Tesla and Harvard University through such programs. The talent programs, such as the 1,000 Talents Plan, are supported by 600 recruitment stations in countries around the world. They include Germany, Australia, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Japan. According to the report published by the Australian Strategic Policy Institute, a non-partisan think tank created by Australian government. The US has the most, with at least 146 stations, the report said. Though China began opening the stations by 2006, it has greatly accelerated the program in recent years, according to the report by analyst Alex Josk. Of the 600 total stations identified, more than 115 were established in 2018 alone. Chinese officials typically contract out the operations of the stations to local groups like hometown, business, professional, and alumni associations, technology and education companies, and the Chinese students and the scholars associations at the university campuses. They paid groups the equivalent of as much as $29,000 for each individual they recruit, on top of as much as $22,000 a year for general operating costs, the report said. The recruitment stations, which organize trips for scientists to visit China, often operate in concert with China's State Administration of Foreign Experts Affairs and the United Front Work Department. The unit within China's ruling Communist Party engages thousands of organizations to collect intelligence, encourage technology transfer, counter dissident movements, and generate support for other Beijing objectives. The Chinese military's recruitment of scientists is supported by the same network of international recruitment stations and party-linked organizations. The research also sheds light on the leading role provincial, municipal, and district governments play in China's talent recruitment efforts. International attention has thus far focused on programs run at the national level, such as the 1,000 Talents Plan. However, the report said more than 80% of talent recruitment programs are run at the sub-national level and may attract as many as 7 times as many scientists as the national programs. Only 20 of the 600 total recruitment stations identified in the report were established by national organizations, such as the United Front Work Department's Western Returned Scholars Association and Overseas Chinese Affairs Office. While participating in a foreign talent program isn't illegal, U.S. officials require participants to disclose such ties if they apply for U.S. taxpayer-supported funding. U.S. authorities also say the Chinese programs often provide incentives to steal intellectual property and create conflicts of interest and commitment, especially when the scientists maintain their positions in the U.S. while doing short stints in China or running parallel labs there. China's effort to attract talent and obtain technology have become a lightning rod in the broader conflict between the US and China. The Justice Department has brought a series of cases against talent program participants and Chinese military researchers for allegedly lying about their work with China or status with the People's Liberation Army. In 2019, Tesla sued a former engineer, Cao Guangzhi, for allegedly taking self-driving technology source code to a U.S. affiliate of Chinese rival Guangzhou Xiaopeng Motors Technology Corporation. His past activities indicate a pattern of cooperation for a decade with China's talent recruitment network, the report said. Mr. Cao admitted he uploaded Tesla files to a personal iCloud account, but said he tried to delete them before he left and denied any harm to Tesla. The case is scheduled for a January trial. A spokesman for Xiaopeng said, X Motors is not aware of Mr. Cao's out-of-office activities, nor are we party to the Tesla case. As a graduate student at Purdue University in 2009, Mr. Cao established an association of Wenzhou Ph.D.s. The group worked closely with Wenzhou officials to identify U.S. doctoral students from the area and signed an agreement with the United Front Work Department in Wenzhou to run a talent recruitment station, the report said. The association grew to exceed 100 members, including U.S. government employees and engineers from Alphabet Inc.'s Google, Apple, and other top technology companies. The association also helped a university in Wenzhou recruit a scientist from the Argonne National Laboratory in Illinois, according to the report. A representative for the Energy Department, which oversees national labs, including Argonne, said in a statement, quote, "While international collaboration is essential to accelerate research and development, some governments, like the Chinese Communist Party, are aggressively pursuing access to foreign science and technology advancements and intellectual property to the detriment of our economic prosperity and security." Unquote. The report said the Chinese government-run infrastructure underpinning the talent recruitment programs contradicts a theory espoused by some counterintelligence professionals. The theory holds that China uses a 1,000 grains of sand approach to intelligence gathering and economic espionage, relying on uncoordinated waves of amateur ethnic Chinese individuals to scoop up technology. The report says, I quote, "It isn't an ethnic program with individual actors as its core. It's a CCP program leveraging incentives as well as organized recruitment activity," unquote. The report author urged officials to focus more on the mechanism the Chinese Communist Party uses to recruit talent than on the individuals recruited to the program. The report calls the Justice Department case against Harvard professor Charles Lieber, a nanotechnologist with no Chinese heritage, one of the most egregious examples of alleged misconduct related to a talent recruitment program. Mr. Lieber was arrested earlier in 2020 on charges of misleading U.S. agencies about his participation in China's 1,000 Talents Plan. Prosecutors alleged Lieber became a strategic scientist at the Wuhan University of Technology in China in 2011, and from 2012 to 2015 contractually participated in the 1,000 Talents program. Under his contract, Lieber was paid up to $50,000 per month and the living expenses of up to $158,000, prosecutors said. He also was awarded more than $1.5 million to establish a research lab in China. However, at the same time, Lieber was serving as the principal investigator of the Lieber Research Group at Harvard University, which received more than $15 million in research grants from the U.S. National Institute of Health and the U.S. Department of Defense. As part of that funding arrangement, Lieber was required to disclose potential financial conflicts of interest and all foreign collaboration. Prosecutors allege he did not follow through with this. On December 3rd, Zhao Song-zheng, a former researcher at Harvard-affiliated Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, pleaded guilty in federal court to lying to customs officials following charges he tried to smuggle cancer research to China. Zheng arrived in the United States from China in 2018. He was arrested on December 10, 2019 at the Boston Logan International Airport. Customs officials found 21 vials of biological material in a sock packed in his suitcase, which allegedly come from a lab at Beth Israel, where he worked. Zheng agreed in a plea deal to leave the country following his January 6, 2021 sentencing hearing, though a judge will ultimately decide whether Zheng should face further penalties. The false statements charge comes with a potential of up to 5 years in prison and a fine of $250,000. As part of the plea deal on the false statements charges, prosecutors agree to drop the charge of smuggling goods out of the country. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I will see you again shortly.